I've never been in front of real life heroes before. This is fantastic.
Oh, well, thanks. Let us know when you find some.
Oh, there you go. When they presented this to you, were you a little reluctant because you've already lived this? Now to be cast in this, to relive that must have been really...
We weren't reluctant at all. It was actually kind of the opposite. We immediately said yes, and then we kind of
we went back and forth. We said yes immediately, and then once he left the room for the first time, that's when the reality set in of what we said yes to. And then we were like, ooh, can we do this?
It wasn't reluctancy to like relive the train, because it was more reluctancy like, it's our story, so we didn't want to misrepresent it by non-acting for the first time, and it maybe risked the picture. But basically, Clint Eastwood just kept reassuring us that all we had to do was do what we actually did, and he'd take care of the rest, and that's exactly what he did.
When you're actually, I guess, on set, I don't know how they film these things, where the cameras are and stuff, but did it, in your mind, bring you back to that time? Was it tough?
Absolutely.
Was it difficult?
It wasn't tough. It was like a lot of fun, because not only did we play ourselves, Mark McGallion played himself, his wife played himself, Mark's the guy who got shot on the train, and Chris Norman, the Britishman who helped tie the terrorist up, same medical teams, same police, so a lot of the same people, and we just had a blast. We
filmed in the same locations, and we're wearing the same wardrobe, and like they went down to the finest detail to make everything identical to how it was the actual day and weeks prior, so it made it really easy to get back in the same mindset that we were right before the attack happened.
Why was it important to have you guys do this versus have Matt Damon play you and Brad Pitt play you? And
because we have a dynamic as friends that almost can't be. It would have looked like three actors acting basically, and that's what he didn't want. He wanted it to feel very real, and the audience is going to see that we're three ordinary guys, and they'll be able to identify with that, and they'll be able to put themselves in a position where if they're faced with something extraordinary, they're capable of doing so. Like, it's not just something that just us three have. I think the picture does a good job at showing ordinary people, and they'll be able to identify with that.
Why is it important? I mean, we heard about this when it happened in the news. Why is it important for us to see this story again and on the big screen?
Well, I think for that exact reason, what he just said, really just to show that we are just ordinary people put into an extraordinary situation, and we just had an opportunity to do something good, and we took it. And I feel like that can really inspire a lot of people to, you know, when they see someone in distress, it doesn't have to be a terrorist attack, and that's not what we're trying to say, but just at all, really, a car accident on the freeway or something, you know, go help them. You know, and most people's first reaction is to pull out their phones and start recording someone when they're, you know, hurt or whatever. And it would just be nice to maybe influence that kind of trend.
But that being said, the movie is horribly relevant right now, which is kind of sad to say, but that's the world we live in, and that's kind of one of the things we're trying to hope to change. What
was the craziest thing, if you think back to when this was actually happening? What was the most horrific and shocking thing that you guys had to do and experience in that moment?
Initially seeing him, it's the first. You hear the commotion, we don't know what's going on, the training place sprints by, so we initially turn around, the first thing we see is shirtless terrorist picking up an AK-47 and he's cocking it. And we've all seen enough movies or handled firearms to know that the next thing is he's shooting. So it basically just, the initial sight of him, your eyes see it, but your brain's telling you this can't be real. So it's just like that sinking feeling.
Yeah, and it was kind of like that one, obviously, but then once we noticed that Mark had been shot because he kind of crawled in between some seats and was hidden during the fight, and nearing the end of the scuffle, we noticed him, and then we went over to him, and just when we thought, like, oh, okay, we took the terrorist down, like, we're good, you know, and then, oh, this guy's bleeding over here, he's about to die, so it's a whole nother situation that we had to handle, and just going over to him and just, he was just in a pool of his own blood. It was just very...
That's why it's important to see the film, because the headline, oh, 3 Americans stopped a terrorist attack, but the story's so much more than that. I think when people see our backgrounds, our friendship, the dynamic, why we acted for each other that day, it will speak to a lot more themes than just the headline of, they stopped a terrorist attack.
Yeah. Chills. Very quickly, since you guys are heroes, which is your favorite hero song? Is it Mariah Carey, When a Hero or is it We Don't Need Another Hero? Which one is your favorite hero song?
Hero song.
Go with Mariah Carey.
I don't really know either of those songs. I don't
You know Mariah Carey?
No. Let's go with Mariah. I know the song.
Mariah, thanks. There we go. He'll play it for you. He'll play it for him later.
Foo Fighters?
Guys, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your story with everybody. Thank you so much.